Welcome to a somber edition of the California Penal League. One episode we never wished we would have to make, but deep down, you always know it's a possibility. However, I would say that this is oddly where I get most, I don't know if I'm saying excited is the right word, but this is where baseball season starts for me. Because every team,
exactly,
you know what I mean? Every team faces adversity.
Yep.
Every team.
When Gabriel Arias is called back up, that's where Steve.
That's where I get excited.
Steve's in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So yeah, we're recording this on the heels of the worst possible news, which is José Ramírez, breaking his hand, his hamate bone.
His hamate bone
in his left hand,
which he broke 6 years ago.
In his right hand, I believe.
Yeah,
yes.
It was a different hand,
and
he came back in 5 weeks
and hit a grand slam, I believe, in his first game back.
He did,
so,
yeah. And here's a silver lining in all of this too. The timing, it's never opportune, never ever, but 5 to 7 week recovery time is what I'm hearing. Puts him back sometime probably towards the end of July. One of the weeks he'll miss is All-Star week.
Mm-hmm.
So, silver lining there.
Yeah, I mean, you were always going to have to test the depth at some point. I mean, you hate to have to test it with your best player on the shelf. But timing-wise, like you said, honestly, you'd rather it be now than August or September. Right. And, torch your postseason hopes potentially. It is what it is. I mean, you're not going to cry. It's you can't cry about it. The Yankees are out there winning games without Aaron Judge, and the pitching for the guards is still there. And and honestly, there's a chance that, this might speed up the team's decision to see if some of these other young guys can fly, especially
let's just tease that for later, my friend.
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean, the big news, of course, is that the man who has a deal with the devil, Gabriel Arias, who a week ago had absolutely zero place on this roster. It was they're well, play him in the outfield because maybe we can get him out there. I don't know. Right. And they're all just well, this could be the end of the road. And then, of course, in the span of a week, Chase DeLauter hurts his ribs, and then Angel Martinez hurts his foot, and then José Ramírez breaks his hand. It's guess who's back?
Did you say the course of a week? No, that was the course of
a day.
2 hours.
Yeah.
5 innings. That wasn't.
Well, all I'm saying is a week ago it was I don't know how on earth Gabriel Arias, because they kept
okay.
You know what I mean?
Fair, fair.
I kept feeling they were pushing the phantom recovery with him, where it was oh yeah, 100%. No, it's gonna be another month.
And he tweaked something, yeah.
Yeah, and then it was, oh yeah, he's on a rehab assignment or whatever.
Yeah, no, his 3 home runs in 5 games in Columbus was too much for this front office to pass up.
They couldn't do it, yeah. So
they couldn't do it. They got.
So once again, he has found himself as an everyday player, despite all of our wishes against such a thing. And here we go. But
quite frankly, I don't think we were offering Jobu enough rum.
I don't know how much more we could possibly do. I don't know how much more.
I was offering vats daily. Apparently, it wasn't enough.
Here we go. This is where things are at. But yeah, I mean, look, the schedule doesn't get any easier either. I mean,
well, yes, it does. Yes and no.
I don't know.
So I don't remember who pointed this out. I went to go confirm it. The Guardians actually have the easiest, tied for the A's with the easiest remaining schedule. The remaining schedule is a .475 win percentage. And that's, like I said, that's tied for first with the A's. There's a number of series. I mean, the immediate schedule, no. totally agreed. You got Milwaukee coming up. We do miss, and maybe this is, maybe I'll sprinkle these Steve Street. I don't even remember what I called you yesterday.
Steve Stradamus.
Steve Stradamus. Yeah, that's what it was. These little tidbits in today's episode. But in the Brewer series, we don't face Miz.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Houston, 3-game series in Houston, and then a 3-game series in Chicago against the White Sox. So that's a bit of a tough stretch. Houston's obviously not the Houston they have been in previous years, but I don't think you can just take them lightly. But
well, it's funny too. Remember last season when it felt like everything was falling apart, and they won that series in Houston when Martinez hit that home run. It kind of feels like back against the wall a little bit again.
Yeah.
A little bit different circumstances, but maybe that's the series again that'll get us. It's like what a kick in the nuts to lose Ramirez and DeLauter and then immediately have to embark on like a 9-game road trip.
It's crazy.
Woof.
Well, but we also don't know. We don't also know Chase's length of injury. It could be a 10-game stint. But
yeah,
that's my guess. Is it's probably a 10-day
because it's a rib, not like an oblique, right? Is that what?
Yeah, it's a rib. It's a bruised rib.
Yeah, so that could be, relatively quick. But I mean, I would hope, because I understand what they're doing with Arias, because it is actually the most logical move, but. I do, and I know you had a little tidbit about this later on in the notes, but I do wonder if this speeds up the team to like, do they just say F it and like give Ralphy Velasquez a cup of coffee chance here and just say, let's just roll with it, man. Like what or Cooper Ingle, I guess, would be another one where you just say, we're going to figure it out, and we got to throw everything at the wall at this point, because you still have a very legit chance. Like you can't punt on a season like this where the only real good team in the AL is, I guess, the Yankees at this point, but even they have their warts. So like,
also the final wild card spot is like under 500 by like multiple
it's brutal.
Games.
Yes, the AL is like a disaster this year. You cannot punt on this season. And the division is, at the moment, down to you and the White Sox, who do you really think they're going to keep it together the whole season? I have major doubts about that. So, like, the division is still very much in play. And you're only a couple games even off from, like, the second-best record in the league. So I would hope, and I assume they would, I would just very much hope that the team has that sense of urgency internally.
And we're not even to the halfway point of the season, but like you just said, with the White Sox, I don't envision them hanging around all season long. This will be great for them to learn, and I think we'll have to definitely take them more seriously in the years to come. But I just don't see it this year. So right then and there, like you have a better record than the teams in the AL West. So I mean, you could theoretically overnight regain the number 2 seed in the playoffs as of right now.
Yeah, what are they, game behind right now?
It's percentage points. It's literally percentage points. Like the
yes.
White Sox have played fewer games, they have fewer losses, but also have fewer wins. So I mean, like that's such a fluid situation there, and quite frankly, that's something I won't even look at seeding. As much as we do kind of watch the playoff odds, or I like to watch them from week to week. The seeding is still, there's so much up in the air there. But yeah, getting a 2 seed, that should be the goal. I'll jump ahead to 2 thoughts. You brought up Ralphie, and if Chase is out for, let's say, even just the next 3 series, right, through Chicago, there's a part of me that, like you just said, screw it, yeah, let's bring up Ralphie. Let's see what the kid can do for and let him know, hey, you are here to fill this role until he comes up. We like you. There's a likely you continue this trajectory. Very strong possibility you'll come up later in the season as well too. But for now, this is temporary. Do your job. Do it well. I'm also slightly surprised. Obviously, like you said, Steve, Arias move to replace Jose is like the one that's like, yeah, that's the most obvious. But there's a part of me that is slightly surprised that Angel Cano wasn't given any consideration.
Well,
they may be saving him. They may be saving him for something I have a little bit also in the back of my mind. So
potentially,
that's what we call a tease.
Yeah. Well, and Juan Brito's probably on that pecking order higher, given that he
Brito too. Yeah, Brito.
Doesn't Brito play a little third, or is that wishful thinking?
He does. I mean, Cody Huff is another guy who's gotten some action at third base too. I thought I read somewhere that David Fry might even get some reps.
Dude, we were about to see
the possibility of. We were about to see a grotesque lineup yesterday.
We were about to see some disgusting lineups.
Yeah, if you thought the doubleheader lineups are bad, yeah, wait till you see what
there was
some of these.
There was like we crapped the bed lineup. We took 2 out of 3.
I mean, you're going to start seeing David Fry hitting cleanup type games that are just going to blow your mind.
Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe there will be just a surge of horrible weather for 2 or 3 weeks across America that just delays all these games. And
I don't think it's any coincidence that they on Sunday were like, let's just cancel this, even though like they could have played for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I think Tiger fans are like, we couldn't even get one goddamn game without José Ramírez. Like, and it moves to September when he'll be back.
Yeah, right. Like that was pretty shrewd move to.
That's just some payback. That's just some payback for all those Miggy Tiger era years.
Yeah,
but we'll see. I mean,
I think
maybe Gabriel Arias has like one of his like patented like 10 game stretches where he's like on a heater, and you're like, if Gabby Arias does this for a full season, dude is a 30 home run, 30 RB or 30 double, 90 RBI guy, and he hits 275, and then he'll have a week where you're like, maybe if Gabby Arias gets his head out of his butt again.
Yeah, I'll take the week. I mean, I'll take the week heater. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it makes total sense.
He can do.
So as much as I get frustrated by Arias, and I'm shocked he's still like part of the organization, he is the most known entity that you can bring up there with, at least a large sample size of major league at bats. So, I mean, I don't want it to be this way, but who knows? Yeah, you're right. Who knows? He'll hit like 260, hit 4 or 5 home runs in these few weeks, and it will be, enough to, and maybe some of the young guys, maybe Chase isn't out too long, and some of the young guys, get hot again. But yeah, it'll be interesting. And this is kind of one of those things where you lose your veteran, and you lose your he's going to obviously be there with the team, but you lose your cultural leader on the field. And if we see this team play really good baseball, it just tells you so much about the mental makeup of the young guys, which is that's what my guess is. I don't necessarily think they're going to be super great. I think they'll hover around 500, maybe a couple games above it, which should keep you in definite playoff contention in the AL this year. But I think it's going to tell us more about our young guys, not just their play and how they're going to develop, but the mental makeup and the strength that they're going to need once you get toward the postseason.
This would also be a hell of a time for Steven Kwan to figure out whatever the hell is going on with him.
Dude, it's so weird. I haven't seen anything like this with somebody who hasn't been horribly injured.
And he's so broken mentally, and I know that that's the case, and it was never more clear to me than that game where I think it was a Yankees game, I think, where they had him I think they had two guys on. It was second and third, and it was like the second time in a week that he tried to like safety squeeze bunt.
Yeah.
And it was like, what the hell are you doing? It was like, clearly he's just like broken mentally. So, and I think it was like Manzardo on third and just like got like tagged out like 30 feet from home.
Yeah,
But
super slow runner on third. It was like, it made no sense.
it was baffling. And like he offered at it like on the first pitch, so like they knew it was coming, and then he still did it. I don't know, but now would be a hell of a time for him to just rekindle like any sort of his past self. That would go a long way to helping, but we'll see.
It'd be a major boost.
I mean, honestly, I'll tell you what, man. I think we threw this out there in our texts a little bit, but, and I know Chris, you touched on Kwan in the last episode, and we have for numerous points now throughout the season. But it's at a point where I go, like, I'm gonna be so desperate to say, if you're trying Cooper Ingle in the outfield, like, I'm almost at a point of just like removing Kwan off the roster entirely. I don't care about the defense at this point. I really don't.
Yeah. I don't know who said it. It might have been one of the local radio stations. As a matter of fact, I know it was. I just don't remember who said it. But they asked the question to, I want to say Zach Meisel or someone like that. Like, what's the percentage chance, or is there a chance even, yes or no, that he's DFA'd? And I was like, I don't think he'll ever be DFA'd, right?
Doesn't he
I
have
don't think
options?
he'll get that bad. He does have options. He does. So like to just like outright him,
Oh
like,
yeah, that
DFA
would
him or something like that, like would be wild. Yeah, like I definitely think that if he does not recoup here, I mean, I have some serious questions. I have some very serious questions about his long-term viability with the team to even see through the rest of his arbitration years.
Well, look at this. Here,
And I have a thought, and I want to end the show with it. So
his savant profile is pretty nasty. He is in the 6th percentile of expected slugging, and then he's in the 1st percentile.
Always has been.
Which, yeah, you assume he would be. And but now he's in the 1st percentile for average exit velocity, 1st percentile for barrel rate, 1st percentile for hard hit, and 1st percentile for bat speed, of all things.
So the bat speed, the exit velocity, and I think the barrel percentage was never that low. What was the 4th category?
So it was slugging, exit velocity, barrel, hard hit, and bat speed. I'm looking to see.
So maybe it was the exit velocity and bat speed. He was always low in those.
So he was. He was always
never this low. He was never this low though. That's the alarming thing.
So the bat speed has always been in that 1st percentile. I actually thought it was higher at some point, so I'm wrong on that. But he always had a little bit higher tick of like exit velocity.
Yeah, he's lost like 3 miles or 4 miles since his peak.
And his expected batting average was always higher. And so I think going from like the exit velocity of like the 5th and 6th percentile to the 1st makes such a absurd difference for him as a player, because those like soft liners and like bloop type hits that he would get a lot of are like harmless ground outs and pop outs now, that it's as if he can't get a ball out of the infield. So yeah, it's like, I mean, look, like if you can't swing the bat hard and then you can't hit the ball hard, I don't really know what to tell you anymore.
Yeah, and it's been interesting to see that the Guardians as an organization moving away from those types of players, where Kwan was the poster child of bat to ball skills. The team has made a conceded, an effort to move away from that in the draft and international signings to get some more pop. And there's a list of other names that were along there too. The Tyler Freemans, the Ernie Clements, and they've had some success to varying degrees, but Kwan was always that poster child success story there.
Yeah.
I think there's something to be said about that philosophy. Like, it can work. There are players that do make it work, yes, but you gotta square up the ball every once in a while too. You can't live and die by this. My basketball analogy here is if you live by the three, you die by the three. If you live by bat to ball skills, you're gonna die by bat to ball skills. You're gonna those like you just said, those liners that find the gap suddenly hang up a little bit because you're not hitting it squarely, or you dribble it weakly to an infielder. It's just
Well, here's the other one that's illuminates kind of what's going on is, so his hard hit rate in all of his seasons has gone 20.8%, 18.8, 23.7, 19.3 last year, and 8.8% this year.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was a massive fall off this year.
So
that's crazy.
It could be a lot of different things. And I know people always point to like his wrist issues or whatever, but I guess all that being said, the Cody Huffs, the Cooper Ingles, and I know Ralphy Velasquez isn't like lighting the world on fire in AAA right now, but you look at any of those guys and you're like, couldn't be worse.
Khalil Watson's another guy. In my episode that I recorded last week, I made an argument for Khalil Watson to be called up. The guy converted shortstop, highly rated when he was drafted. He was some sources, had him as a top 10 prospect. He has scuffled. He made a ton of errors, so they moved him to the outfield, and he strikes out a ton, but the guy's got, mid-teens power. He seems like the kind of guy that could hit league average. He's not going to hit 300, but 240 to 260, certainly.
Mm-hmm.
He provides some speed, which Kwan's also not stealing bases anymore. He's seemingly lost a step there too.
Right, so it's just goes. It's like more and more. You're like, what are you contributing? You said the phantom injury for Gabriel Arias. I don't want to say I alluded to it with Chase DeLauter. I think DeLauter, he's never played this many games also in a season. Let's start there with Chase. But I think maybe a phantom injury to Steven Kwan may do him some service. It may help him out in the long run. Yeah. Yeah, the youth movement's on again.
And I definitely think there's something there though with the not getting that resolution with the contract a couple years ago, and then the stuff
100%.
The stuff leaking with the journals and how weird that was with the Miles Straw complaints, and it's just fascinating how this was something that we talked about the last two off seasons as it's the most paramount thing for the future of the organization, and it is not even top 10 of my most pressing needs the organization needs in terms of either trade targets or extension targets on the current team.
I was still advocating for an extension a month into the season.
Yeah.
Silly me.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
I'm just so curious of what's going to happen with them. I'm guessing it's going to be he just if they don't, I don't think they're going to DFA him, but assuming he just plays his contract, there's no extension here. it reeks of a like Cody Bellinger 1 year, undervalue on a potential playoff team to like prove it increases value to get like a 3-year deal.
Yeah, I think the way things are going, I mean, his career here is going to kind of go out like a weak fart, and then he'll end up on like, the Marlins playing in like a contract, or a team that's like maybe not contending that'll maybe think they
the
can flip
Angels
him at a deadline.
The Angels,
dude, I wouldn't wish that. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Dude, I know.
Unless he's
it makes sense.
Unless he's part of a package for Trout at the deadline.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, since you guys are spoiling my super secret topic,
Let's do it.
let's rip the Band-Aid off. Has Steven Kwan played his last game with José Ramírez?
Whoa.
When's the trade deadline? No, right?
Trade deadline is August 3rd.
Dude,
Jose is expected back towards the end of July.
I mean, I'm gonna say no because basically Steven Kwan's trade value is like non-existent now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for everything else we just listed off, as a part of a package, if the Angels go, hey, you know what? Yeah, Trout's suddenly available. We want Angel Gano. We want insert pitcher here, not named Cal Steven because he's also hurt now. We want. Let me pull up the prospects list. I'm trying to think of someone.
Basically, anybody at Ralphie, like they'd want Cooper Ingle.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, no, I think Ingle's a little too high. If you're giving up Angel Gano, who is a top, he's a top prospect in all of baseball too. I mean, where is he ranked at? I think you can start looking down a little bit further. A Jace Lavalette type.
Oh,
right?
sure, yeah.
A little bit lower, right? Okay, so like that. Or
I'll
Jason
find it.
Chirio.
I'll find it.
Right, yeah, if you can look for that.
Jason
I
Chirio, that's a
apologize.
name I haven't heard in a while.
That's a dude. That's a dude who could ball out as a center fielder here in a year and a half.
What's he up to this year?
He's more of like
he's hitting.
He's playing nice. He's adding some thump to his profile.
Gano is currently ranked 44th overall prospect.
Yeah.
Velasquez is 56. Ingle is 70.
Okay. So yeah, like a Gano, a Lavalette. I'll say looking for a pitcher.
I'm looking at our list. So you got Cal Steven,
Like
ranked 4th. Braylon Dowdy.
Schlesinger or somebody like that.
Joey Oakey is
And-
7.
And Steven Kwan. They want somebody who at least can play center field for the remaining portion of the season. Like we need to replace him for the remaining portion of the season.
I'd be down with that.
I can see some value in that, at least for a team to take him on and go, okay, you know what? He's going to play us a good defensive center field. We think we can fix him. We think we can get him at least back to 85% of what he was at his peak. And we have him for 2 more years.
Okay.
And maybe we can extend him because we're on the West Coast. And by all accounts, it seems like he wants to be back on the West Coast.
Yeah. I mean, you make that deal 1 million times out of 1 million. That's like the easiest decision ever.
It's so curious to me that, like, especially in baseball, like you see, I mean, obviously baseball has limitations with trades because you can't trade like draft picks like you can in basketball and football.
Yeah, there's limits.
There's severe limits, but it's still crazy. It's like, I mean, yeah, I don't want to get rid of one of the guys you mentioned, but largely like I mean, you could throw in 2 more prospects and like I would just be like, whatever. Like I'm getting the known entity. It's just so weird there aren't like so many trades. Like it just like blows my mind that is I just feel like there's so much prospect hoarding. Like you got to be smart and like not be like complete idiots with it. But it's just like, and then
well, I think teams
they always scare you where it's like, oh my God, there's no way. Like if you want a closer in this trade deadline, you're going to fucking have to give up Aaron Judge and like sell 50% of your team. And then it ends up being like the top get was their 11th ranked prospect and like the 50th prospect and like some player to be named later. And you're just like, that was it? Like the Guardians couldn't do that? Like that's crazy to me.
I feel like teams get really nervous about backing themselves into a corner and making too many moves that set the team back for like years and years. Like I think because like it's catching up to the Padres a little bit.
A little bit, but not a whole lot.
I mean, they're definitely struggling right now, and they've completely overpaid. You know, Manny Machado's deal is a disaster.
I mean, like financially, like they are in a dire situation, but like they're at least going to be a decent enough team.
Yeah, but like then you look at the
problem is,
well, it's like okay, they
the Dodgers also exist.
Well, that is true.
For that.
But they threw out like a ton. You know, they gave out like top prospects left and right, and when you start to trace back, like in the Juan Soto deal. Back in the day, they traded, and then also the prospects that they gave up for Mason Miller. A couple of those dudes, at least one is like balling out for the A's, AAA. I think at the moment. So like,
yeah,
I just feel like I feel like teams are starting
James
to like.
Woods.
You get a little
the James Woods and C.J. Abrams ones. Those hurt for them.
Those hurt for sure. And then,
but
I don't know. I think teams are wary of that because not all of them have the ability to also like spend to cover up those types of holes. Same with the Red Sox. Like the Red Sox are notorious these days for like just shipping out young talent left and right.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, and I mean their prospect list is that's a pretty barren organization at this point.
You know, they've shipped out a ton. And I think like you start to see the warts of that. And so I think, I don't know, teams are probably just nervous of that, but like at the end, but still, you know, the Guardians have like more or less entered the window, and it's like, well, if you're not going to try and win now, like what are we doing here?
Well, and the Guardians are also at another window where some of those aforementioned guys that I rattle off before who aren't with this organization, you know, there was a point in time, and this is where I almost think that the Guardians are snake bitten in a way, where they were like, and why we won't see an Angel Gano even for a month to fill in for Jose, because what if he does struggle? You know, the Guardians did just, you know, to tie this all in together too with a few other points. Nolan Jones, he's gone. George Valera just DFA'd. You know, the Guardians have a surplus of middle infielders again. You know, they have a surplus of outfielders. The outfielders, I feel, are a little bit more spread out, where there's like, you know, 2 in Columbus, 2 in Akron, 2 in Lake County, 2 in Hill City. They can afford to trade some of the surplus. And yes, the minor league teams may hurt, but with the way that's, especially like the outfielders are, and even at the big league level, the middle infielders, you can trade some of that upper level middle infield talent.
No doubt.
And
yeah, I mean, Brian Rocchio basically
really won't sting. It's not going to sting. It's not going to hurt. It's not going to set you back.
Well, like Brian, I mean, at this point, like
the future.
Where do some of those guys even exist? Like Brian Rocchio and Bazana are
exactly. They're entrenched for the next 5 to 7 years.
So just easily. You could deal that away and not blink.
Yeah, that's why a Gano, where I'm almost getting the sense of like with a Gano, they're like, well, if we don't bring him up, he still has that prospect luster on him.
Exactly.
So he doesn't lose any value. Whereas Gabriel Arias has zero value to anybody unless it's a reclamation project. And they're like, we're going to buy low on him. And yeah, we'll give you a single A reliever for Gabriel Arias.
Do you think, speaking of like a reclamation project, do you think Valera passes waivers?
Potentially. There were some stats that I sent you guys, it's his like fourth time in AAA.
Yeah, he's been there forever.
He's been there forever. He finally started having success last year, was rewarded for it. I thought he played decently, admirably in the final 2 weeks or whatever of the regular season, and then, in the couple playoff games. Like, I thought he held his own. He was definitely an upgrade over the Oscar Gonzalez types. I don't know. At this point, I feel like if he does, his future is that of a fourth outfielder.
Yeah.
And it's also tough to tell a 25-year-old guy, hey, you're going to be a fourth outfielder. Like, that's your role here.
Mm-hmm.
You'll start, 3 games a week. Maybe you'll sub in another 1 game or so. You'll get into 4 games a week, and good luck. Go, try to be adequate.
Yeah. Not to totally change the subject, but here's an interesting name for you. Given the now opening at third base, I was just reading that the Giants are reportedly already open to offers for Matt Chapman. That would be an interesting guy to potentially try and bridge the gap for a little bit. He's not having a terrible year.
No.
Yeah. What's his contract?
261,
like?
7 home runs.
He's got years on it. Like,
yeah,
it's like way too much. But you basically, the Giants are probably just like, please get him off this team. We'll eat up some of this, and
runs through 2030, 6-year, 150 million.
What a terrible contract.
And you want to trade for
Gosh.
it.
Give it.
You want to trade for 5 years of it?
Well, I want basically like, I'd be like, all right, give me a couple years of that deal at like a severe discount, and basically have to not trade anything of value prospect wise, and like then just write off a couple of years of it.
Steve, what substance did you ingest before we started recording? Because
hey, look, well, I think it's hilarious. The Giants are like, yeah, we're listening to offers on this, and it's like, look, every team that you talk to about Matt Chapman is going to be like, how much of this are you going to pay?
Yeah. So here's an interesting tidbit. Okay, Chapman, all intents and purposes, has only ever played third base. He has 10 career innings at shortstop. That's it. Only other position he's logged time at, except for obviously DH. He's played DH a few times. Handful of times, really. Boy, oh boy.
It's a weird one. The contract, truthfully, I didn't look at before I even threw his name out there. But
he's already 33 as well.
Oh, it's a terrible contract for his age, too.
I mean,
and he's like every year gotten a little bit worse. But I mean, I will say he's never had a season with an OPS plus under 100. He's got a 118 OPS plus this year, and he's a righty. And it's like,
I do want a righty bat.
It would be, and it would be like kind of tight to like go to Jose and be like, look, man, you don't have to play. We're gonna ease you in a little bit. We're gonna like, we might have to rest you a little bit. God forbid you get hurt again this year.
Well, then, so okay. I'm willing to play this game, Steve. Rhys Hoskins probably has to go then once Jose's back.
Dude, no,
Ralphy
I would
Velasquez
no
probably
because
doesn't come back up.
I would never in a million.
Why?
No, I would ride. I'd ride out my dream is like the 2019 Washington National World Series roster, where there were like 12 guys that were 36 years old or more. And like, I have this, like, I suddenly have this, like I blacked out for a minute, and I have this like vision of like Game 6 of the World Series that has a middle of the lineup that has José Ramírez, Matt Chapman, and Rhys Hoskins in it. and they win with that because you're talking about 3 vets. And then like to me, that is the juiciest scenario possible. The same way I want Mike Trout, I would toy with the idea of Matt Chapman simply because you're talking about like a hardcore vet that has been there. And I'm like, dude,
that is one. Yeah, that's a good point.
When the season, when it gets down to it, I want a guy who's been there.
Yeah, I wish that I'm hoping that one of the things the team adds, maybe not as expensive as Chapman. I want a like seasoned vet with some thump who's like won a World Series, who can be there like rallying the dudes, who's actually good. I'm not like I love Hedges, but like that's not what I'm talking about. I want a guy who's like, oh, he might
an upgrade over that.
Yeah. I want like an actual guy who can contribute in the postseason still, in a big spot where it doesn't just as not that baseball and basketball equate to the same thing at all, but we just saw it with the Spurs. Like young talent is amazing and get you really far, but it's like there's so few instances of a super young team, except for maybe 1 or 2 guys, winning a World Series. Now give me 1 or 2 vets on this team in the event that Jose's struggling or Jose, so he doesn't have to do it alone. And the young guys, the moment might be a little too big for them. Like that's where I want to do.
Do you think?
Done it?
Do you think we could convince the Angels to maybe throw in Anthony Rendon?
Dude, oh my God! Didn't they? I thought they bought him out.
They may have. He's still listening.
I'll find out.
Maybe not. I thought they did.
I think they basically were like, he's not playing it all this year.
Yeah, it's like it's over.
I mean, they also have Yohan Mercado there too, who's currently injured. I'm just looking at some of these teams right now that are, clearly out of it. That they're going to be sellers at the deadline.
I mean, teams should be like rating the Angels, man.
Dude, I love looking at Rendon's numbers.
Yes, but like rating what?
I mean, Joe Adele, right? Like,
yeah, but I mean, I actually saw Neto as a trade piece, which I thought was very interesting because I would to me, Adele and Neto are, and there's a couple others. There's 1 or 2 others. Those are the guys that are going to be the vets in 4 years, like when they would conceivably be.
Yeah, but they're so far from that. You're talking, dude. The Angels are like entering the beginning of what the White Sox did, where they lost like. Didn't they lose like 100 games like 2 or 3 years in a row? Like
yeah, and then set the record.
Like I think like they're entering like Rockies and White Sox territory where it's like you have to just strip this
100%.
down. It's
100%. I mean, it would be in their best interest. I just don't see them doing that.
Idiots.
And I see them hitting rock bottom, prolonging hitting rock bottom by a few years. I mean, they got some nice pitchers there. Reed Detmers has been good for them.
They just designated Drew Pomeranz for assignment. I wouldn't hate throwing him around.
Sure. Jose Soriano, Urena. Like, they got some nice pitchers. Logan O'Hoppe is a guy I could see them, like, holding on to, even though, like, he's had value in the past. Vaughn Grisham is a decent piece. Neto, good player, like Nolan Shanuel, yeah, and Adele. Like those are like the guys that I see them building around.
I don't know
because they're all like, but to your point, those are the players that are going to get them the most in return. Because like you look at the rest of their team, and you're like, oof.
And I think they still have one of the worst minor league systems.
They do.
They probably do.
I mean, and so much of this is them not wanting to waste the final, couple of years of Trout and being like, we owe it to him. Just you owe him a trading to a team that's good.
Right.
Like you owe your fans just like a complete trade everything. Everything must go. Put signs up. Our team is shutting down tomorrow. We're getting rid of everything, and
Right.
just like commit
Freaking
to a
fire
3 or
sale,
4
man.
year, 3 or 4 year rebuild. And it sucks, but like it all started when you got you signed Rendon to that insane contract, and then you got 0 for Shohei Ohtani, which is still that would have set you up for this part of Mike Trout's career if you played it well, but you didn't.
Yeah, I mean it's malpractice.
And don't
to
forget,
get nothing.
Suzuki's on a 1-year deal.
Oh God.
Like they didn't even have they were like, nah, we're not gonna lock you up long term. Like we don't believe in us.
We don't believe in ourselves. Forget it.
We don't even believe in ourselves. Why should we believe in you?
Yeah, man. But they're one of the ones that are like very clearly. I mean, I would start to look at maybe the Red Sox a little bit. The
Red Sox are another team, man. Like, there's not much there that I would want.
And then same with the Giants. Like, I'm like, oh, Matt Chapman, I guess, but like, what a disastrous contract. And then, I mean, the Rockies, you're like, okay, like what? like, it's not like they have like they're not going to trade. Like, the thing is, they're not going to trade you like a young outfielder.
Mm-mm.
They want their young pieces. So you're kind of sitting there going like, you got to go to those. You got to look at those teams that, have a bunch of veteran talent that are in and they're stinking it up. Like the Mets could potentially be a team like that. They're not quite out of it yet, so you just don't know. In the division, you're not really going to look at. So
no,
it's still way too early to really like tell with that. It's just the wheels start turning. It's like now it's like you got to start. It's like, okay, it's all on the table with Ramirez being out for a month at least.
And that's really the domino that falls that even opens up this conversation. Let's be honest and frank about it. But no, I think I said last time the three of us were recording together, July 4th, we're 2 weeks away, basically, 2.5 weeks. That's, there's going to be another team or two that falls into that category of like, they're out of it. They're sellers. Maybe somebody that we haven't even really considered either. Mm-hmm. Maybe somebody, two bad weeks for a team that's already on the brink. That's impending doom right there for them.
If you want somebody who is owed $150 million, I got a guy who has a 60 career WAR, who is very familiar with the Guardians, named Francisco Lindor.
Oh,
who's 2 years younger.
Oh yes, and you could go to the Mets and say, look, we know he's hurt because I think he broke his hamate bone.
He's injured.
You go to them and go, look, we know he's hurt, but we'll bring him. We'll bring him back. Get yourself out of that contract. I don't know if the Mets would do that because like they're like, well, we'll just spend more next year, and like it never works for us, but we'll do it again.
Yeah,
it's that classic line from
Arrested
Development.
Yeah, but
did it work for others?
No.
Will it work for us? Probably not.
Yeah, it's like, but it's worth a shot.
But it's worth a shot, yeah.
I don't know. I don't. They're so weird. Like they'll probably like go and acquire some big ass name and like drop 10 in a row right after. So
that would be very New York.
They stink so bad. Like they're so freaking bad. The Mets are a joke, and Juan Soto has like attached himself to that garbage for years and years.
I mean, the lucky thing for their ownership is the Knicks just won the championship. So they know like they have 2 years of no one giving a fuck about anything they do.
Yeah, this year is a total wash for them. They love it's great for them. Like
it doesn't matter.
Fly under the radar. Like it's about to be the drunkest summer of all time in New York City.
Yeah.
All right. So any deal with the Mets, every time I look at the Mets roster too, I'm like reminded that this guy is on their roster. I'm going to throw this out there. It's the Guardians front office's way of at least rectifying a previous error. Only a fraction of a percent of rectifying said air. But any package with the Mets would need to contain Tobias Myers, just so we can regain the piece that we got back from the Rays.
Dude, he's actually a pretty valuable swingman.
He's not bad. He's not bad. I would take him back in a heartbeat.
He's a pretty decent swingman these days. I would take him back. Sure, Lindor and Tobias Myers. Dude, what happened to Bo Bichette's career, dude? Good God.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's almost like Kwan-esque of like, it's like one day Bo Bichette just woke up and just like wasn't Bo Bichette anymore.
Yeah. You know, I mean, maybe we can send him Josh Naylor as a part of the package too. Josh Naylor, Steven Kwan. Oh my gosh, yeah, Josh.
I was like, how do we get him back?
No longer with the team. We got him back in my stupid foggy memory.
Dude, you actually know? Okay, wait. You know who I actually? Because I was gonna make a joke of like flipping him, like getting him on one day and then flipping him the same day is a guy that I'm reminded of. Where I'm like, you know, given all the things that have transpired since this deal occurred, I look at the Pirates and I'm like, I really wish we had hung on to Spencer Horwitz.
Well, yes. Yeah. In hindsight, I do.
No,
too.
dude, I liked him when they traded for him.
I got excited, dude. I did too. Yeah,
freaking
kidding me? Like he's having a great year. I'm like
he's having a great year. He is having a great year, but I don't know. So my pause and all of that is he's another light hitting. I mean, he's a first base, second baseman, dude. Like we don't need a second baseman at all. I'd argue we're okay at first base. Like, I just don't know where he fits and how he fits.
Dude, I don't know.
That would be my.
I'd love to find a guy who has like right now a career 121 OPS plus, hitting 280 this year, nearly even in walks and strikeouts. I'm like, and with like a 382 on base. I'm like, I'll find a spot for you, dude. Yeah. Like I'll figure it out. I mean, it's not like Manzardo is having a better year.
Okay, well, how about a guy with an OPS at nearly 900 with 13 home runs, you know, a 276 batting average and a 147 OPS plus? So former Cleveland player. Would you take Jake Bauers back?
Dude, yeah, he's having a great year too.
Like,
would you take
I would rather take a Jake Bauers back over a Spencer Horwitz.
Dang, he is having a great year.
Because he's an outfielder.
Plays a little outfield, plays some first, yeah.
I love whatever the Brewers did for him, though.
Brewers fixed him.
Yeah, that's awesome. Dude, the Brewers, I'll tell you what, man. This could be the Brewers' year. They are no joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They have taken a step, it seems like. The Brewers are always my weird barometer for the Guardians because they've sustained success quite like we have here in Cleveland too. Like the last like 2 years, like it just seems like they took this step forward where I'm like, okay, I like game recognized game. Like you guys did something there, and like I am down for this.
Well, in this year, it's like it all came together. This feels a lot like I would argue like they feel a lot like the 2017 Guardians, if you want to keep the analogies going, where it's like this is about as good a roster as they've ever put together. They've got all the pitching, and they're freaking loaded at pitching across the board, and like literally the entire lineup is hitting. And every young guy has come up and contributed. They've got bench guys.
Yeah, the new prospect they brought up is a little bit of a head scratcher though.
Who did they bring up?
Some middle infield prospect.
They're shortstop.
Oh, was it Cooper Pratt?
Cooper Pratt, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it is Cooper Pratt. A little bit of a head scratcher because he's like definitely glove first from all accounts, and they have some other better middle infield prospects who are a little bit further away. And I've been reading that. I mean, not that he was lighting the world on fire, but like Joey Ortiz was like, bye bye.
Him and Luis
But
Renifo.
also-
Yeah, like
both, like not lighting the world on
like see you
fire at
later.
all.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I was looking at that guy. Yeah, I mean, like Andrew Vaughn. My God. Yeah. So
only 2 dingers though for Vaughn. That's a little surprising.
yeah, he was hurt, I think, for a bit.
Yeah, but he's played in 30-some games, 30-plus games.
Dude, I'll take it though. He's hitting 354. Holy shit.
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
Good Lord.
I was putting up Jackson Cheerio.
Yeah,
like
he came out.
numbers
He
too,
came
like-
out of his injury and just started raking. Yelich is still. He's what an interesting guy Christian Yelich is. Like, for all of the like injuries and stuff that dude's had over the years, like there's another guy that's never had a season with an OPS plus under 101. Still having a good year this year. He's played for 14 years. Like he's still a valuable like piece. I don't know. Brewers are cool. I just think the Brewers are like,
No,
what a cool team.
I like the Brewers. I like
Yeah,
the
I like them a
the
lot.
Brewers. I have an affinity
Yeah,
for them as well.
like you said, like they're the team like every Cleveland type would aspire to.
And here's the thing too about the Brewers, not to get off a name of Brewers tangent because we are a Guardians podcast, but they do swing those like second tier free agent signings too, where I'm like, gosh, like that would be nice. Like I know we can't like sign like a dozen guys every offseason, but like the Brewers find a way to like land that like second tier outfielder
4
who
years, 70
contributes
million.
for, like,
Yeah.
for like contributes. Yeah, and like the last year of the deal is garbage, like hot garbage. Don't get me wrong, but like they move on from him before that.
Well, they had Reese Hoskins for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And the one year he was pretty solid, and the last year he was kind of like hurt and didn't really pan out. But it was that same idea, yeah.
But no, that's a model to aspire to, I think, or not even aspire to, because I would say in a lot of ways, Brewers have piggybacked on a lot of what we've done, and maybe if we piggyback off of some of their things too, that'd be nice.
Yeah, this just kind of feels like the tea leaves feel like this could be their year. So I'll be very curious to see what they do.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
to bring it back home,
yeah.
I think there's going to be some moves. You know, just to kind of wrap things up, I think there's going to be some moves, and not even just these. Yeah, let's give Gabby Arias one last ride. Let's kick the tires on Juan Brito again, or somebody like that. Like, no, I think there's going to be moves from the outside, or CJ Kayfus maybe even too. There's a name we haven't even talked about in a while, is CJ Kayfus. Like, he's not lighting up Columbus, but he's still there. I've still thought he's gotten value, and I think the Guardians make a move, and I don't know where it comes from. I do think one of those catchers gets traded between Bo Naylor, Cooper Ingle, and Cody Huff, as Ken Rosenthal reported last week. That
I didn't even
teams
see
were
that
sniffing
report.
around on them.
I didn't even see the report. The teams
Oh, no?
were no, the teams were.
Yeah, some teams were sniffing around on them. I mean, I think. I mean, obviously, it's not even reading tea leaves, but when you look at the roster, you're like, okay, they just went out and got, Patrick Bailey. He's not going anywhere for the near future, and still have Hedges on the rosters. Like, they don't need 5 catchers between the bigs and AAA. Very clearly, 1 or 2 of those guys can be moved on from. So
Yeah.
that and some surplus value. I mean, I guess to put a bow on all of this, like, what are your top 3 needs? I think it's easy to say, obviously now another bat, but I think before these injuries occurred, one more bat was needed. And I would argue another pitcher, maybe a starter, or at least a swing guy would have been needed. Those would be my 2 top needs.
Yeah, same. A bat, and I would say a big bullpen arm. Like
Yeah.
like a bit, I want like a. I want to go for it. I want like an Andrew Miller, like 7th inning, 8th inning guy. Like I don't want to even. I want to get to the postseason and be like, guys, just get the lead, and then it's done. Like, just where teams are fearing your bullpen. I know, with some guys getting healthy, some of it's going to rectify itself. But I don't want it to just be a like, hey, if like these 5 guys in the lineup play well, and this guy does this exceptional thing. Like, yeah, of course, everybody can like elevate their play, and it's like something can happen. I want to just like give ourselves the best odds. I want to, like 2017. I want to go into like with a great lineup, and I want it to be a fluke if we don't advance to the World Series.
Yeah,
sign me up.
I think bat easy, and then I want like a veteran starting pitcher.
Okay.
Maybe go go absolutely hog wild and go to the Giants and be like, I want Matt Chapman and Logan Webb. And
Ooh.
What is that going to take? That doesn't include Ralphy Velasquez. It's like you want Steven Kwan, Cody Huff, Jace. What? How do you pronounce his last name?
Lavalette.
And then I don't know. Have your pick.
Angel Martinez.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See ya. Like,
I mean, depending on how desperate they are to get out of some of those deals.
Logan Webb's signed for a few more years too, and that's always like
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Pretty juicy.
That team's. I don't think that team's going anywhere. Like, I don't think like
the writing's on the wall.
They're again, just like I said about the Padres. The biggest problem for the Giants is the Dodgers exist.
Yeah,
and if I were to look at a playoff rotation that was like Logan Webb, Gavin Williams, and Parker Messick, I'm like, hell yeah, that
with Ciccone and
Cantillo as your swingman.
Cantillo as swing guys, and Bybee as a swing guy or fourth starter. Like, you could do a lot worse.
And then like by that point, you would have Espino and Aliman, and maybe Walters is up, and Sabrowski's back, and it's like okay, like I can deal with like some young fired flamethrowers, at the back end of the bullpen like that. But I would love to try and acquire like a pitcher like that. Like we because there's no real depth going on at the starting pitcher level, and the team has, like, by all accounts, been like pretty fortunate to be the only team in baseball to have their entire only use 5 starters so far. So I'm kind of thinking about that.
You'd have Webb for the next 3 years.
And he's,
I
know.
Well, 2.5. Sorry, 2.5.
Yeah, dude, and he's only 29.
Yeah.
Like, yes, please.
Oh, that's juicy, Steve.
I'd almost go for, I'd almost say, obviously screw Chapman, but like, and I heard that they weren't going to trade Logan Webb, like it was not on the table, but I'm like, you could go to them and be like, we'll just take Logan Webb. Like, tell us what you want.
Like, you're going to fire your manager, who you just made a huge to-do about getting from Tennessee. Like, that's going to happen. Like, you look at the roster, and I mean, they got some nice players.
I mean, they're going nowhere.
But they're going, exactly, they're going nowhere.
Like, if you think that, like, you're going to contend in the next, like, 2 to 3 years with that roster, like, you're kidding yourselves.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
So I would not hate that if they were willing to listen. But
I mean,
I don't know.
And they got Willie Adames at shortstop, Luis Ariz. Like, you could flip those guys easily. I don't know what prospects look like for them, but
I know they got that, like, Bryce Elridge who just came up.
Yeah, he just came up. Oh, they do have some shortstop prospects, but they're farther down the system. Way farther down the system.
And they have some pitchers that are, like, floating around. So I don't know.
Yeah, they really don't have much upper minor league high end talent.
We can help with that.
We can.
So anyway, just something to get everybody's juices flowing a little bit. But here we go. The first week without José Ramírez, it goes straight into the meat grinder of the aforementioned Milwaukee Brewers. So 3 on the road in Milwaukee, 3 in Houston, 3 in Chicago. So buckle up, because it's going to be a bit of a tough stretch, even if after that, things on paper benefit the Guardians a little bit. But take it one game at a time. So I think that's it for me. You guys got any last thoughts?
Nope.
All right.
No, sir. Just hope. I saw Sobrowski started a rehab assignment, so just hoping for guys to recover from injuries much faster than anticipated.
Yeah, whatever crazy ass surgeon Tarek Skubal has,
Dude.
I just want that guy on speed dial for any and all bone related issues. Like, is there some sort of chip surgery, whatever, that Jose can have where he can come back in a week? Is that a thing?
I couldn't believe he came back.
I don't believe
against
so,
us.
but I'm gonna start. I'll start looking up those European doctors.
Yeah, find a quack.
See what's maybe not yet approved here in the United States.
Yeah.
So here's to hoping for some speedy recoveries.
Yeah, whatever we got to do. All right, that's it for us. Rate, review, subscribe, all that fun stuff, as you all know. And go Guards.